4, 3, 2, 1, and bingo was his name. Oh, hello, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming and welcome to Garden Quilt and Art Show. Haven't been able to figure out how to get that back up there, but Rome was not built in a day. So, how are y'all doing? Moo Moo's in the studio over here, which is also my garden, which is also my kitchen, dining room, living room, studio, everything. So thanks for coming, everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm leaving this up high. Mike, Mike, Mike. Thank you for coming and welcome. I emphasize again, aw, man. Hate it when that happens. Unbiased. Hold on one minute. I'm stuck in my ads and can't get out. Oh, what is going on? I turned that off. Oh, I tried. My mother tried to reach me and I tried to reach her back. Well, that's okay. I will do anything for my mom. It is such a blessing to be my age and still have a mother who will be 95 next week, you guys. She will be 95 years old. I'm not going to say God willing because I know He is. I know she is. She can never answer my phone when I call her, right? She can never do anything. But as soon as I get ready to go live, oh, yes, she will FaceTime me. Unbiased LLC, watching and listening from the bushes. I would like to thank all of you in the bushes because most of the world is working right now. Everybody can't be retired and sitting on their duff, right? And if they're okay, thank you, moderators, Mike, Mike, Mike. I don't know what I would do without you guys. I'm wondering. Oh, I can see it on here. Juanita Campbell, hello, hello, hello. Hope you're safe over there in North Kalaki with all the winds coming up in your neck of the woods. Mother, Mike says, happy early birthday. It's actually Monday, September 1st. So I don't go live then, but I will. I'm leaving the camera up high, you guys. Why? Because it took me 2 years to finish that quilt. Even when I was legally blind. Actually, I worked on two at the same time. And I want you to see what my real work looks like when I want to follow the rules in the Sometimes I Care Club. But this is a when I care club kind of quilt with all the stuff, all the stuff. So I will put it down for a while till I feel like acting up again. Oh, this is a I don't care quilt because it's original and and ah, I thank you, Mike. It's what it is an underground railroad story quilt. It's a twinsy to one that I'm also made in African fabrics, which I have not finished hand sewing the binding down. Some things I hand sew the binding down on. I forgot to bring something over here, but I will make it work because why? I do have some water here. So while I'm waiting for people to come in, Saturday when I was not, thank you. Oh, Juanita Campbell said she's safe there. I used to blow her through her town like a crazy woman when I was going to line dancing in Raleigh when I lived in North Carolina. So to bring you up to snuff, if I sit back a little bit, I can show it to you. Saturday, I was working on a restart for a hat for Uncle Roscoe, and I pulled it out because I was talking, didn't sew to the ends. I will sort of count it, but Mike, you're right. I could have left it like it was, and he would have been happy to find it. So I had a doctor's appointment. Actually, I had a little procedure yesterday. My face is a little poochy. a little poochy, and I still get the Band-Aid on my neck over here, but all is well. It is well with my soul. So before I go to what I'm going to work on today, I will put a couple rows on Uncle Roscoe's hat until about quarter after 4 Eastern time. And so I will just sit and crochet because guess what? It got cold in Connecticut. It was in the 50s last night. And I think it's only in the 60s here. We finally got some rain. I did not go to my community garden today. Why? Because it's Moo Moo Day. Moo Moo's in the studio. That's what we're doing. We're just chillaxing. And I got up about 3 o'clock this morning and did my usual stuff that I do around here. And then 7:30 in the morning, I was downstairs doing laundry, and I put all the stuff in, loaded the soap powder, not the soap powder, the liquid soap, something. I loaded the liquid soap, the fabric softener, and in one of them, I put bleach. What is going on here? Why do I only have one thread? Oh, because I reconnected it. And then I I guess this was the end of the old thread, but guess what? I will redo it. Paint in the neck. So two of the loads of laundry were doing what they were supposed to do, and one wouldn't. So I went to look for the maintenance man at approximately 7:30. Of course, he didn't answer his door. Probably smelled my perfume and knew it was me, right? So I started two loads. They had already finished in half an hour. And I went to look for him again because I couldn't get the third load. And I was not wasting my ingredients, my soap powder, my soap, my fabric softener, and that particular load had bleach on it. So I went to find him, and he was standing talking with the property manager. So I said, okay. He said he would come in and check on me in a few minutes. Psalm 146. Welcome. Welcome. Summer's not over for me. I haven't even harvested anything except for a few little stinking herbs, a few little a few little stinking herbs. I was going to be bad. I'm like, "Where's my needle?" And I said, "Oh, I couldn't find it." Then I said, "Oh, it must be under my FUPA, FUPA." So there's one word for it. Then there's another word for it, but basically it stands for my fatty upper lap area, but with something else. You can exchange whatever. So it was on my lap. So now I have two strands to crochet with. What time is it? Oh, we still have 6 more minutes to work on Uncle Roscoe's hat. So he will appreciate it. So what it is going to be a crochet beanie like this, right? I'll gather the top up and it'll be like that. But then I made a big bottom, so the big hem. Stop, Hershey. A big hem so he could turn it up if he wants to. I hate when you have a hat on and you lay down in it or you do something and it's always sliding off your head. Mike said he's telling Bob. Okay, Michael. You want to be that type of a person, do you? So she'll just look at me and shake her head. She will just shake her head. So I went to the doctor yesterday and he did some stuff. I didn't want to take the bandage off and my neck would be all red. Psalm says, same here, Auntie. This year, all I've been getting is basil, lemon balm, and mint. Same here. The garden has been struggling, and the season is nearly done. I will leave it out there. I didn't even plant collards or the brassicas because let me get this little connection under here because I got a late start. Why? Because I was in Arizona showing off 100-degree weather every single day. And I didn't get it planted when I should have. Then I did, and we had a drought. So we finally got some blessed rain. And I will go to the garden tomorrow to see what is going on. And I will leave it out there until the frost hits it a couple times. You know, just a light frost doesn't kill anything. It's when it gets a hard freeze. So some things like tomatoes, haven't harvested a single tomato. All those beautiful tomato plants that Yankee Sister brought me, well, they've been in the ground about a month. We just haven't had cooperation. And I have a shady yard. Maybe if things don't work out, because the tomatoes can live for 2 years, maybe I can cut them down and gift them to somebody who has a garage and they will get an early start for next year. The same with all those beautiful pepper plants. I saw one of the gardeners who's in my community garden, and he has a lot of fruit trees. Donzel Cooper, welcome, welcome, welcome. Greenland Katie, I see the hubster is home. And your little puppy was so happy to see her daddy. So I'll do one more row of crochet before I go over and work on what I was going to work on today. And it will be some big stitching on that little art quilt, the Electric Lady, that I was working on. So when I went to the doctor yesterday, I knew it was going to be a wait. And what is going on with this thread? Now, I know I just attached it, and I know it wasn't a loose ends bolt. This thread came from Italy. This very fine Italian thread, but I don't know why it's got these loose pieces, almost like it was hand loomed. Hand loomed. Look at this. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. So I will put it away because I should have taken it with me when I went to the doctor yesterday. So I finished the thread that I had, or maybe I'll rewind it. Sometimes that helps. I finished the thread that I had with me, but it wasn't a long wait. Life with Tasharia. For those of you who don't know, that's fitness with Frugal Mama with her different name. So those of you who are content creators, please put an exclamation mark GQUAT. Katie says her mom planted mustard and turnip greens in the fall because frost makes them taste better. Exactly, Katie. My dad, we never ever here in Connecticut cut our collards until the first frost hit them. Other neighbors do, and there is a farm that we've been friends with for 25 years, and some of you have seen me go to their farm and get a couple cases of collards because that's when I share with the neighbors. Sometimes I buy for the neighbors. These people also have a farmer's market, and oh my goodness, what you do is you get the whole plant, the whole stalk, instead of cracking it, leaf by leaf on the outside like we did growing up. We just got them one at a time. So before I go over to show you what I'm going to work on, those of you who have harvested have something to cook. I do not. So what is this? I ordered something that I wanted to show you. Oh, that was an herbal tea, but excuse the top of, whoa, this was a mistake. I accidentally ordered 2 of these. One will have to go back. Those of you who know, I cook. I cook from scratch, and I will be in the kitchen. So I bought a single electric burner, and no, it was not expensive, so that I don't have to have my back to you at the stove. And the stove is a heavy duty electric one. Hi, Sissy. I was in your neck of the woods yesterday. I was, Yankee sister. I was even up Route 8. That's how close I was to you. I never get on Route 8. Kelly, I bring it every day. I saw you crocheting earlier today. I think I also saw you at the farmer's market when your husband was getting the ice cream and you were calling names and being bad. So I accidentally bought 2 of these. So one will have to go back. But it's just a one burner. I'm scared of the glass ones because I like to use my electric skillet. So I saw Crafty Leo using a single burner, and I had already ordered this, but I was wondering, they say it's an elite gourmet. That's all I need is something to heat something up. But now I see why the box was heavy. It says powerful 1000 watts, easy to clean cast iron plates. I didn't want one where stuff goes down in the circular part. Been there, done that. I do that with my electric. Oh, Mike. Mike says I have a bandage to cover the hickey. I knew somebody was going to say that. I knew it. But I wasn't going to bring it up first and say that that's not what is over there, but it sure does look suspicious. Sure does look suspicious. That's all I say. Bad, 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 Mike. Bad, bad, bad. So, you guys, what we're going to do, because it's 417, we're going to go over and work on a real project. And I don't want to spit you up, so I'm just going to slowly turn this around this way because it's already set up and everything is ready except for some water and me hopping over from the seat and trying not to trip over anything. So I even have my little phone stand here. I've got the light trained over here and just talking myself through it. Our treasured home, Nancy. Thanks for coming and welcome. I saw you, Nancy, doing 2 or 3 things. 2 or 3 things, but I didn't get a chance to comment. You guys, you know what I do now? I watch on TV, and then those of you that I know I've watched a lot of your videos, I go back and binge comment. Binge comment. One time somebody said, "You didn't finish watching it," and uh, make all those comments. I did. I really, really did. And I just couldn't comment because I'm on TV. And in the evening, when I'm resting my eyes, I take off my glasses. The I just have to binge do it and hope I can remember which ones I saw. So this is going to be exciting because I can bring you close, 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 close. Because there's a table there. There's a table here. How about that? I like that. So what I wanted you to see is what I am doing is big stitching on this. Maybe I could put this up and get a little bit more light. So just to show you how I mark it with my tailor's chalk, this was on my I'll put this over here for a minute. This was on my table from last time, but I wanted to show you that all you want to do with tailor's chalk is take a little water, and rub it off. It's just chalk. Now, tailor's chalk has something in it that makes it stick a little better than, say, you know, any other kind of chalk. I like it. I already had it from whenever. So I will just wipe this away and put the design that I really want to stitch today. This X, bye bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye. So when you're making your own quilting lines, you don't have to follow what everybody else does. I already knew what my plan was. So you can either measure your side seam, which is this big purple one along here, this purple one here. So just to kind of figure it out, it's like almost 9 inches, eight and 3/4. So you can do the math, or advice is pink hand waving, or you can take your seams and fold them in half. I don't want to lose my thread over there. There's a corner there. There's a corner of there. I will open this. Get my fancy little tailor's chalk that somebody gave me with its own little case. And I will put a line here. It's fun following what others do, but when you want to be in the I do not care club, you just do whatever you want to do. So I'm going to go across here and sort of put the middle. Why? Because this is what I'm going to use for a pattern. What is it? Just a ball canning top. So I wanted some little circles because the hat has these little circles. So I'm going to put this approximately in the middle where the ball canning jar is. And I'm going to draw a circle. Stop, Hershey. That was a nice dark. And you don't want it to be perfect. You don't want it to be matchy. You want to do what you want to do. So this looks like it will hold about three circles. And again, we are just doing whatever we want to do. So, and I do have a whole box of little patterns for my sewing machine or whatever. I don't want my things to look like anybody else's. Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner, Patty's Kitchen, and Garden and More. Thank you for coming. I have all of these. I have others. I have all kinds of stuff. I have paper ones. I do not want to do it. Mr. Hershey, please come away from the door. Come. He's over at the door. Somebody's too close to his mother. He's friendly when he's out, but when we're in this apartment, he does not want anybody coming near our door, bothering our money, or his mother. I have to actually put him up when the exterminator comes. Just on a regular basis. He wants to eat all that big fat juicy meat. Yes. So, whoops, don't knock my computer off, right? So, this is the little pattern I'm going to Big Stitch. And now, when you're quilting, whether it's with a sewing machine or by hand, you have to decide whether you want your design to show or whether you want, my needles are already threaded, or whether you want your stitching to show. I have already done, I have already done this fabulous design. I have already stitched. You see how little those stitches are? I don't need any more showing off stitches. So I'm just going to go and make my big stitches, and I'm going to use a dark thread. If you look closely, you'll be able to see it, but I know that it's hand done, and whoever sees it in person or maybe with a good camera will will be able to see it. So I'm going to start. You can start anywhere you want to. I'm starting in this corner over here. Hershey, stop, come. And you always start in the inside and work out. Or not. If you're in the I don't care club, you can start wherever you want to. So, because I'm right handed, I'm going to start here. And then this is a big needle. I'm just going to go and down, up and down, along where the chalk line is. That's how easy this is, you guys. I must have a little seam in there. Then I'll pull it, pull it, pull it. And let's see what everybody's saying. Miss Patty's Kitchen saying happy Thursday all. So this is going to go so quickly. So it's nice to have a sewing machine. A lot of people don't have or want a sewing machine. How can I help you, sir? Your face is wet. Come. Your whole face is wet. He wants to tell me that he protected my life. Look at him. He's a mess. He wanted to tell me that he protected my life and to come give him a treat. But I'll have to wait until I finish this. Why? Because I don't have any treats on my work table. So check each other out. Now, let me put my work back on the table, sir. Now that you've got it all turned around. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to keep my hair off my glasses. I just moisturize it. I don't want greasy glasses. Then I can't read what you're saying. Everybody's saying hello, hello. So we're just going to keep stitching along. Yes, I have thimbles. I have one right here. But then I can't do the other part. I don't know. Do whatever works for you. I know what the rules say. I'm doing whatever I want to do. So I'm just, oh, sorry. Yankee Sister says, Mr. Hershey. So for those of you just came in, I was just saying that it's like 59 degrees here in Connecticut. Yankee Sister's harvesting because she has such a fabulous garden. All I have is the herbs that Psalm 146 says she has. So now I'm pulling this through. And yes, I could have put a lighter contrast thread, but I don't choose to. I have enough fancy stitching in here. I don't, I just wanted to get it hand stitched without, and I hardly ever put white in my quilts anyway. I could have put a lavender or a pink or a light blue, but I thought that would be too busy and take away from the work that I did. So now I'm not even following the design exactly. I'm improvising a lot. Why? Because I don't care. And I want it to be original and quick. And I want you guys to see how you can hand finish. Miss Shirley says, hello, Mother Pankey, kisses. Oh, Miss Shirley, thank you. You like my hair? I don't know. This tangledy stuff. Greenland Katie said she hopes everyone has a good week. Can't believe we are a week away from the end of August. When I went over by Yankee Sisters Way, the leaves were turning yellow and falling off of the trees. It was it was cold. I I actually wore a long sleeve sweater. I still have my air on. I have my air on. Winter, summer, spring, and fall. So when I put the chalk on, I didn't put it on the neatest. I was just showing you guys what the plan was, where the directions were going, and that's what I am doing. So I'm just following along, following along. Then at the end, I'll get like a wet towel, a wet rag, and wipe the chalk marks off. So what are you guys doing? How many of you are still gardening? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Oh, I'm liking the way this is coming out, you guys. So this is, they call them big quilting needles, or some people call them betweens. And they're long needles that are kind of slim for going up and down. And I love them for big stitching. See what you guys are saying. Oh, Sissy Joanne says, still smoking hot in Arizona. Mike's still gardening. Of course, Yankee Stitch is showing off. Should have ran through while she was doing her live stream and broke into her garden. She ain't got no dog. I could have gone over there and collected. Say, oh, I was harvesting for my sister, my Yankee sister. So I will hold this up for you guys. I'm just showing you how I try to keep it flat, or you can put it on your lap, whatever you want. You decide. You decide. It's your work. I just want you to see how quickly it's going. I wasn't sure. And I'm using regular DM like Mary, D like David, C like Charlie embroidery thread, and I separated it into Hershey. No, come. I separated it into 2 strands so that it would go through the needle easily. Then, after you guys saw me doing it on the turquoise, you said you liked it with 4 strands. So now I doubled it up to 4 strands. So you see this side is already done. Stop, Hershey. So I'm going to back tack a little bit. I'll show you what it looks like on the back too. And I'm going to end it by putting a stitch, putting the needle through, right? But I'm not going to leave the thread on the outside. I'm going to finish it by pulling it through to the inside. Sometimes when you're hand quilting with thin thread and a thin needle, you can pull the knot through, but with 4 strands, that's not going to happen. So I just pulled it through enough to hide it, and I am using a cotton batting, and I'm just going to snip it. And because I always lose things, I'm just going to put a little knot here until I get ready to throw this out and start and thread a new needle. That way I won't be looking for the needle. So I just put a knot through it so that it won't go through. I want to say thank you where good friends become family, and family is everything. Joanne says that stitching is going fast. I like your little, all of your little things. So, you guys, you see where this, I'll put it real close and see if you can see. You can't really see it like here, but I didn't want to see it a lot, a lot, a lot. I want the lady to be seen. That's one. But I want to know that it's hand stitched. I want to know that it is whatever. I'm even wondering if I don't need any more stitching over there. I might just leave it at that because this side is already stitched. That's when I was using 2 strands of thread. Then I doubled it up to 4. That's it. That's it. I'm done with that. What I will do, just to keep it going, I'll do the other side separately, and that is to show you. You guys, stay. Katie says, thanks y'all for hitting the thumbs up button. Katie, it is so beautiful in Greenland right now. So now I'm turning this one because I'm still working on this side, and just for giggles and kicks, I'm going to stitch down this side. Normally you start from the inside out, and I still am, but I'm going to pull this stitch out just to encourage some of you guys to do some big hand stitching. And that seems to be the rage in all the quilt guilds. My grandmother's hand stitched, but they just use regular thread or sometimes tobacco thread. You know, when you what do you call it? When you grow tobacco and you pick it, they call priming it. So I'm just going and down, up and down. And I'm encouraging you guys. This is faster than some stitching in some of the ditches with a regular sewing machine. And I'm pulling this through just so that you can see it because there's a bigger contrast than when I was doing that very dark thread on the very darkest fabric over here. But I'm excited because I will be able to get the binding on here. Let's see what I'm seeing. You have a lot. Oh, I saw when you had 3 cruise ships this month so far. You guys, I'm sorry about all the ads. They are so irritating and they put them on whether you're monetized or not. I am monetized, but what after 1,000 ads, I get $1 or something? I don't know. Just saying. And I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you for going through and watching the ads because every little bit helps. I went on a trip last week, a road trip with somebody, and there was the beat upest penny on the ground. Some of the people I was traveling with asked me, they said, "Are you going to pick it up?" I'm like, "I most certainly am." I was out in public. I didn't want to touch it with my bare hands. I had my hand sanitizer and a tissue. Guess what? I brought that Penty home. I brought her home, put it right in the kitchen sink and washed her. And she's out there in the jar with all of the rest of the change that I save. Oh, I'm doing this because I'm so excited. I want you to see how these big stitches look. And when I go down, I just kind of push it back up or hold it close to the needle, not close enough where the needle could split my thumbnail. And it may not be the straightest of straight. You can always put tape along here or more chalk. Yeah, I could do that. But this is art and it's not supposed to be perfect, perfect, perfect. And anyway, I can't see straight. Even if I was trying to do it perfectly, probably would not, just to antagonize me. But that's what makes you know that it's not done by machine. You see the hand stitches, you see the imperfections. Okay, so up, down. You know what? This little piece, I could have just put a couple stitch in the ditches and put a binding on and been done with it. Done with it. This is just fun. And so I could show you guys what the hand stitching is like. Maria Graham, thank you for coming. Penny will make $1. Honey, I am going to pick up every penny. GT Jr. grows in Alaska. Thanks for coming and welcome. You guys, put put a 4 in the chat if you would pick up a penny on the street. I remember during the shutdown, I was kind of leery of it, and I passed a couple pennies, maybe even nickels and dimes. I am not passing anything up anymore. How many of you would pick up a penny on the street if you saw it? Put a 4 in the chat, please. How many of you would pick up a penny, or would you leave it there? Joanne Stevens said she would pick it up. I know that's right. Oh, how many of you would pick up a penny? Yankee Sister, would you pick it up? Psalm said she would pick it up. Katie would pick it up. And you know what? We may end up being rich someday because I heard they're doing away with pennies and they're going to stop making them because the copper and the process of making a penny, it's not even worth the value of a penny. So it's not even worth a penny. So I am almost at the end, and I'm not going through, actually, I'll go past there and come back. I'm just having fun, you guys. So now, so it doesn't look too messy on the back, I'm going to go through the back. And, you know, when you are hand stitching or stitching, quilting with a sewing machine, if there's going to be a big rat's nest on the back, a big rat's nest, you want to just use the batting and the top part, right? But you see it's a little messy in there. It's a little messy in there. So, but I left the messy part on the inside. If it's going to be messy, just leave the backing off completely and put it on the very end. Hey, Ellen, Campbell's Creations. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. So, in the middle over here, and I have accidentally pulled another needle. So, where am I? I'm over here, and the needle, the thread is over. So I'm going to go over to the next little section because it's very small. And I'm going to try to get as close to the middle as possible. So I should be able to go up and down these two little rows really, really quick. So this again is that dark purple. Good Lord. It's not that easy to see, but it's fine. There will be enough hand stitching for you to know that it was hand stitched with love by Auntie Ellen Pankey. I know I'm not old enough to be. Everybody's on here. Miss Shirley, Miss Patty. But I am an elder and glad, happy that God let me live to see this because you guys, I've been through some things. I've been through some things. So under here, I'm just going to get it through the middle and go over to the next little row and do some more big stitching. There is a type of stitching that women in India are doing. Actually, I don't like the way that one came up. It was a little too close to the edge. So I'm going to go back down under and come up in another position. Okay, I'll get closer to you over here. And I don't look, maybe I'll be able to do more cameras. There's not more space here, you guys. There's not a lot of space. And I have a vision impairment. I don't want to fall moving all this stuff around. So I'm going down this little aisle, and then I'll hold it up and show it to you because I'm going to end this one in a minute. And no worries because I have more thread, more needles already threaded. I wasn't sure how much thread or needles I would be. I have a lot of it separated. And I will show you because this little piece is finished. And I will take it to the back. And I will actually show you the back. The back of it actually looks like some of that Kawandi stitching. So I put it under and I'm going to bury it in the middle. And I will show you what this looks like from the back. So this is really short. So what do you do? What happens if it's that short? I'll show you what happens. I'm going to put this needle over here so I won't lose it. You know how I said I like to leave a little piece? Well, sometimes that's not possible. Or like you see, there's some extra thread in here that I didn't pull it hard enough. Well, what I'm going to do is cut this. And this is why you don't always put your backing under when you're hand quilting or machine quilting. Might be couple little sins underneath there. Hold on a minute, you guys, and I will look in the chat. But I want to show you how I'm just hand knotting it. Hand knotting it. So no wonder I ran out so fast. Then I'm cutting this. Just making sure I'm not cutting my backing. And there was another piece of thread. Oh, this one was short. So I'm just going to do the same thing and tie these and leave them in the inside. And then I will show you what this big stitch looks like on the back. I'm actually proud of the little extra time I took to do the big stitching. And I wanted it to be visible if somebody looks at it. When you go to a quilt show or you show your stuff, first thing other quilters do is turn it over to see what it looks like. And Lord have mercy, Lord, Lord, let them find something wrong. They're back there whispering, heads nodding. We don't care. We don't care. Okay, so now, first I will show you the back and give you some more bright light. So this is what it looks like from the back. LGG love. LGG, believe it or not, I finally got to the post office yesterday, went up all those steps. So they wanted to take your postcard out of the plastic. I said, no, that's special plastic. You leave it in. She'd never seen a fabric postcard. So I'm leaving this so the camera will pick it up. I told her to leave it in because if you want to take it out, you can take it out. But we wanted to get there. But everybody who sees one wants to look at it. They didn't know people make fabric postcards. You can also do it with um, paper. You can do it with a mixture of paper and color, whatever you want. So can you see this? This half is done. So let's do some more. So all of this is done all the way to the edge, and then going back on this side. You see that? So then you look at it and you say to yourself, what would I like to do next? I think what I will like to do is, thank you, Donzel. Thank you. It's fun. It's like doing a puzzle that has no rules and you're just doing whatever you want. So I have another big strand ready, doubled over. So I'll be working with 4, and I will do the curved side of hers. I was going to make one go on the other side, almost like a circle, but that's too much. It's just enough that you can see the loops are going like this, like her hat is going. So, well, that was my idea. You guys were doing it. You may decide to do it another way, but guess what? That's the fun of doing your own things. You're the art. Hey, Hershey, you're the artist. You do whatever you want. Oh, you like it, Yankee sister? Thank you. Thank you. I wasn't so sure because people aren't used to seeing big stitch hand stitching the old school way. Like I was telling some of you, my paternal grandparents were farmers. They grew tobacco. They would use my grandma would use sometimes tobacco twine for tying quilts, and there's a way that you can tie them as well. I'll show you that one day, where you take the fabric uh, and the three pieces, your fabric sandwich, and you get the thread and you go under, come up, you tie it, then you tie it back, left over right, right over left, or vice versa, however you want to, and then you tie a knot, then you clip it, then you can go under and clip it. You can do it however you want. And they used to have quilting bees. When I was living in North Carolina, and I belonged to several quilting groups, but one of them was an African American quilt group of older ladies. I didn't grow up quilting when I was young. I had a sewing machine, but I didn't. When I used to go there on vacation, they were they were planting and cropping. They were not sitting there sewing. Sewing was a winter activity when you're sitting out there by the fireplace or the wood stove. My grandma down there had a wood stove. I'm making sure that all this loop, I'm trying to keep it so that it's kind of flat when it comes through and make sure that I get it all so I don't have a loopy mess on the inside like I did on the other side. Thank you, Maria Graham. Everybody's liking my hair today. I got it retwisted on Sunday. And you guys, we don't care. We're doing what we want to do. This is the artistry of it. I bet there's nobody in here that would turn this down. And this, actually, I have been planning this piece for 20 years. I, d- I drew this electric lady on the inside. Then it took me, I don't know how many years, to hand needlepoint it with tiny thread. It was actually just regular embroidery thread. Then it took me a time. It stayed put away for maybe 10 more, 15 more years. Then I decided to put these little strips of batik fabric around it. Then it sat around another little while. But now she looks like she's going to be finished about the same time as Uncle Roscoe's winter hat. Funny story. I told Auntie Joanne that it's almost ready and I'm going to send it. Auntie Joanne is the queen of doing laundry. Now, me, not so much. I wouldn't recommend me to do anybody's laundry. I'm picky about my own laundry. So even though I have help, I don't let anybody do my laundry, especially not my underoos. Don't be touching my stuff. And not my stuff, my underwears. So my sister Joanne says, Sissy, you know I know how to do laundry. My mother had a laundry finishing business and catering business when we were little, and we were taught all the rules. Like you talk about the quilting rules, we learned all the rules of how to hang the clothes on the clothesline. We didn't have a washing machine when we were real little. We had a clothesline. You know, later on there was a washing machine and dryer, but you didn't put everything in it. It's like, why have it if you can't put it in there? Certain things you hand wash, your bras, your fancy Victoria's Secret things, all those were washed by hand. Well, you don't pay 40, 50, $60 for a pair of drawers. I mean, I didn't mean to say drawers. I meant to say bras. Oh my gosh, I can't walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. Mother, my lip slipped. I wasn't acting up again accidentally. It accidentally came out of my mouth because that's what I was thinking. You know, the mind can make the mouth say anything. So we're just going to finish doing this because I'm so proud of it. And this chalk, knowing me, will be all rubbed off by Saturday. So Saturday, you guys, I will be going live and I will be doing a collaboration with Miss Joyce. And we will be making a tote. So you guys know I love doing little projects in between my big quilts that take 10, 15 years or whatever. So I'm going up and down until I get over in this corner, and I try to use my hand and pull it all the way through to make sure I get it under so I don't get a little rat's nest under there like I did before. So I'm going down in this corner and coming out the other side, and we're just going to keep going up and down, up and down. You guys that like my hair, I just started this last year and a half ago. For those of you who don't know, these are a style of dreadlocks, but everybody's hair does something different. So mine is just doing something different. My sister Joanne has so much hair. Yankee sister said, my mom didn't play. You better hang those clothes in a specific way. I still do it today. Exactly. All the socks go together. The same kind of clothespins, aim the same way. Then the t-shirts were all together. The daddy's boxers, the everything. And when you brought them in, same thing. Oh, do you guys know the rules for ironing shirts? Yankee's sister was talking about doing laundry. I used to have to do military military uniforms. I was not in the military, but I had another job, Hershey Stop, where I had to wear military clothes, get my gig line straight, polish my brass, spit shine my shoes, and I put military creases in my shirts. Well, after that, I do not like to iron. My husband would put our both of our jeans in the cleaners. It's like, okay, buddy, We're going to sleep in the same bed. Guess what? When you take yours to the cleaners, you best take mine too. If you want to, if you want to sleep with me, Camel said, Auntie, I remember some of the same pastimes, quilting in the wintertime, gardening for the spring, and everything in between. Yes, and canning everything you weren't eating right then because guess what? There were no grocery stores. There were no Walmarts. There was you had what you canned. If you killed a hog, you had to render the lard. What does that mean? You cook it on a low temperature in the wash pot outside on the fire. That's at least that's what my grandma used to do. I wasn't there. My aunt told me. I have two aunts still living on my dad's side. My mother was raised as an only child. Her father raised hogs in Pennsylvania, but I don't know. My mother was an only child. She was a little spoiled. Miss Shirley says, Argo starch to iron her brother's shirts. Oh yeah, we had to do our brother's shirts. And guess what? We had to make up their beds too. Oh my goodness. You guys, when I got grown, I when I got out of college, I told God, I said, I am only getting men's jobs. I want men's pay. I always had a trade. I could always type. I could probably still type 70 words a minute. I could type faster than my secretaries in the law firms and business firms and the paralegals. And but my attorneys would say, that's not your job. You're not supposed to be typing. You're supposed to be thinking. You're supposed to be doing other things. We're not paying you. We're not charging our customers $100 an hour for your time for you to be typing. But when I would put my stuff in the out bin, so I would have to wait for the mail clerk to come pick it out of my out basket. Then he would take it to the mail room, resort it to where it was supposed to go. All the kiss ups who wanted the big bosses to like them, they would do theirs first. I'm sitting there, I can type faster than you. I wanted to do it, but that was not my work function. So I'm almost finished with these other little curves, you guys. I can't wait to show them to you. To show them to you. And this is what happens when they have the different quilting guilds. You're talking, telling stories, talking about hickeys on necks like Mike. Oh, Ellen Campbell said her job was to cook the cracklings out into lard. Exactly. And then the cracklings that were left, the ones that you didn't eat, you made crackling cornbread. You made crackling cornbread. So I don't know if any of you youngsters know what a strickling is. We didn't have any pigs or anything in Connecticut where I grew up, but mommy would send me to the store to get a strip. We called a strip with a P of lane, but my cousins in North Carolina, it didn't get caught in my bracelet. My cousins in North Carolina would call it a strickling with a K. Call it tomato, whatever. It all tasted good. It all tasted good. Uh-oh. Maria Graham said her mom ironed shirts for businessmen. She was great at ironing. My mother did too. Oh, I was so mad having to make up my brother's bed and do their shirts. I wanted to be the boss. Daddy would take my brothers to the train station in Stamford, Connecticut, and we watch all the businessmen with their big leather briefcase taking the train to go to Wall Street and whatnot. He wanted his sons to go to college and do that because he never had a chance to do that. He worked on the farm until he was like, I don't know, 18, 21, whatever. Then he left to come to Connecticut to marry my mom. And he wanted his 6 kids to have the opportunities that he didn't. So even though we were supposed to go to college, he made sure that I learned how to type. My sister Joanne learned how to type. My sister Della did. My sister Clara passed away, but she She was an RN directly out of college. So trying to see what I'm going to do with this little piece, where I'm going to work it in. This is all done. So I think I will I think it's not enough to do this side, and I don't want to stop it. So I will just go under here, and I'll go to the nearest block that I can finish, because I think I'm going to finish the rest of this with this dark purple, just because I like it. I like it. And I'm not trying to get this big stitching to compete with all the stitching and the electric lady. Okay. Let's see what you guys are saying. Your brother made his bed, cleaned, and cooked. His wife is very happy today. Very. Is he married? Oh, you said he was married. I was looking for somebody to do mine. Oh, I'm going to be funny. So, some man that lived in my building when he first moved in, guess he was trying to be cute. I guess he was trying to hit on me, but he picked the wrong lady in the laundry room. He was asking me if I lived in the building. I had on a map. No, I broke in, sir. I broke in and used my code and all the cards. I broke in. And he said that he was looking for somebody to do his laundry. Katie says it looks wonderful. Thank you. I'm like, well, sir, guess what? We're looking for the same thing. I don't want to do my own. I was just telling him that. He was getting on my last nerve. I'm like, I don't even do my own dishes and cleaning. So he goes, you don't? I'm like, no. I'm looking for somebody. I was just being a smart mouth. I don't like people trying to be, I don't know what, but like, anyway, let's move on to another subject. Dad used to say, you can't say something nice, don't say anything. Couldn't think of anything nice to carry that conversation, so we'll just keep it moving. Mr. Hershey, you can stop now. So this thread ended up on the back. I'm going to stick it under so I can find somewhere else I can sew until I can use it up. And oh, I can go, let's see where you are. You're right there. So we can go right here under the pink one. I think that's what I was trying to do. I will show you because you couldn't see when I was sewing on that one. So it's coming out by this pink one here. Hershey, knock it off, sir. And I will stick my hand under here so that I can try to get a little grip on it and go do a little back stitch and try to get it going straight. Aim straight. It's like you pull in a parking stall, you all, and you're trying to parallel park. You want to try to get the wheels going straight so you can back in straight. How many of you are good at parallel parking? I have a great grandson who is now, he just got his learner's permit. He's giving puppy dog eyes to everybody that parks so he can go drive their car with them. Except Nana. I have a car. I have access to a car. I think they think that maybe I'll stop driving altogether and just everybody's waiting for that car. It's a 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Doesn't even have 45,000 miles on it yet, you guys. It just stays parked all the time. I would rather take alternate. Katie said she's good at parallel parking. Okay, so just have a little bit more to go, you guys. It's a little after 5 p.m. Greenland Katie is, I think, 5 hours ahead of us. here on the coast. Maybe not, but I know Greenwich Mean Time is 5 hours ahead of me. I'm on New York City time, you guys. So I will get another 2 or 3 needles full of thread ready. I wish I hadn't put this over here, but it's going to stay. Maybe I'll put a second line. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So, and I don't know if it looks like I'm trying to do it neatly. I'm trying to do it neatly, but it is what it is. This is the best I could do. Again, when you guys do yours, you can do it any way you want. And don't let anybody tell you that you can't. It's your choice. So now this one is in between a thin row. I don't want it to go back through the other side. So just 1 second, I'll show you. Trying to get the needle up. That's why you start in the inside out and then try to come out. So you have somewhere to go next. You don't get yourself trapped in the middle. Okay, so check this out, you guys. This piece, because I see one needle over there with the thread tail hanging out, I will put this one next to it. And then Nikki's sister loves to parallel park. Patty's back in the ads again. You're 6 ahead of Pacific, 5 ahead of Mountain. Oh, you're only 3 ahead of Eastern Standard Time. Oh, okay. So, you guys, let's pretend we're at a quilt show and show you the back of this piece. So, and whenever you're quilting, you like to find busy fabric to put on the top, then you can hide all your sins. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. And this is what she looks like on the front. Let me do it this way so that you can see where the little hoops go over here in the back. And if you were close up, or if I had a brighter light, you could see it in the front. And all I do is take a wet sponge, a washcloth, and wipe the chalk away. Or wipe the chalk away. So you guys, I will probably have this finished by, what is this? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, you guys, hold on 1 second. I don't know where that needle came from, or where it's going, or how I got it. The last thing I want to do, I'm sitting. Oh, she's looking fabulous. Thank you, Sissy. The last thing I want to do, even though this is not a quilt that's going on a bed, the last thing I want to do is leave a needle or anything sharp inside of it. That's why when I'm quilting, I always use safety pins. Why? Because you're not going to leave a big old safety pin inside. Oh, that was the fabric going that way. That was a wrinkle. I was wondering. So I will put it in the bright light and scrutinize it. And yeah, you guys, this is the Electric Lady. And we have been hand Big Stitch quilting on the back of it. And I will get her done. I will get her done. So, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Do any of you have any questions? Any questions whatsoever? Mike said he loves it. So, you guys, Miss Shirley OG is going live tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern. Is anybody else going live tonight? Sis, you know I try to catch you up, but I mean, I can't catch up with you. I'm already past overdue for my evening nap. I've been up since 3 a.m. I owe my mom a call. I promised somebody else. Campbell said, I have an African woman upper torso that you want to do in an embroidery project. Good for you. Oh, Miss Mignon's sister. Oh, you guys, Yankee sister's so cute. Oh, Miss Mignon isn't up there anymore. That's my African hut. That's up there. Up there. It has a lot of imported fabric, but no hand stitching. I should have. LGG Love says thank you. I try to do this, you guys, to inspire you to do it or at least pass it on. Dad used to say, you can't bury it with you. So I can't bury all these almost 77 years of things that I've learned. I can't take it with me. So I want to share it. And whatever I'm working on that week, a lot of people take their, Mike woke up at 2. Oh, you woke up at 2 p.m.? Oh, that's cool. You see the mulatto lady with a bunch of fruits on her head. Yeah, when you were little. Oh, well, that's something you can do, Sam. I have a couple nieces, you guys, who were born. They're native Namibian and Tanzanian. Their father is American, my brother-in-law, and they know how to walk with like 5 gallon buckets of water on their head. They know how to do those things. You see the coffee plantation in Tanzania with the jackfruits and the different things. They lived off grid for a while until they built wells. Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. Thank you for coming and welcome, welcome, welcome. She says, hello, Joanne. Oh, Joanne was saying Tampa's Creek first. She saw you. She saw you first. I'm glad I didn't hang up yet. Tampa's Creek is a crafter, you all, an artist and painting. This is something that you can do, you and your granddaughter, and it would be fun to do. I have great grandchildren, and Auntie Joanne will tell you we used to put a, what do you call it? Not a plastic, a tablecloth, waterproof cloth on my mom's big dining room table that would sit 10, and we'd get paints out. We would get you know the boards to paint on, all kinds of stuff. In North Carolina, when they would come down there, they wouldn't touch the animals. Oh yeah, they used to like to hand feed the goats and the chickens and whatnot. And we have made quilts together. Their first quilt were quilts I steered the sewing machine and they would take turns doing the foot pedal. I want to tell you guys one last funny story. So I had a small quilt shop. It was 1,400 square feet on the property, and they were down one summer, and I said, okay, we will go to a quilt um Maria Graham says, Joanne, give her a call, please. So I would give them each $20 to go to a fancy quilt shop, and they could get like fat quarters, half yard, whatever they want, and they could get the rest of the fabric for their quilts from my fabrics. I used to buy them by the bolts. And so we went, got the fabric, we came home, they picked out their own. The oldest of the three, she got some beautiful batiks. Cameron picked his out. Sydney picked hers out. So we cut the fabrics and we laid them on the floor, right? Tampa's Creek Homestead more. It was great. Oh, and thank you. So all of a sudden, they were in the master bedroom. I was with one of the kids in the living room, laying the quilts out, and I went to see what they were doing. Yeah, all the respect I taught them for the quilts, they were playing hopscotch on the fabric. $20 a yard fabric. And they playing hopscotch on it. But they still have their quilts. They still have their quilts. And that was 10, 15 years ago. So they're loving on them their own way. And I will see y'all maybe in Miss Shirley OG. So do what you love, you guys, and love what you do. And enjoy it with your family. Enjoy it with your family. So I don't know if you had a chance to see this, Tam, but this is what I was working on. It's a piece of handmade original artwork. And this is the back of it. It's a little messy over there, but I'll show you guys in case you guys didn't see it. This is a pastel chalk, an oil pastel drawing that I did of my favorite jean jacket. I draw, I paint, and I have that. There's a picture of my mom, but what I wanted to show you, my whole place is my studio. This is my Underground Railroad story quilt. I plan to submit it to some of the quilt guilds, maybe the Atlanta Quilt Guild. This one is in boutiques. And these are my own blocks, not the blocks that they tell you that come with the book. I did mostly different blocks because the boutiques were so beautiful. I didn't want to cut them into those little tiny blocks. Why? Because I don't care what the pattern says. If I can change it around and do what I want, that's what I'm doing. I'm wearing my own big girl. Oh, you guys, guess what? Don't move. You say, I found it. I never would have found this tiny little needle. I don't know where it came from. It is so small. This is you know what? I don't know if you guys can see it. This is a quilting needle for regular quilting. And you put your thimble on your middle finger and you go up and down the same way, but it's much smaller than I'm going to stick it in here so I can stick it in my pincushion over there. And I have some more of the big purple thread ready. It's wrapped around my sewing machine. So all I've got to do is separate it and do some big stitch quilting. I'm anxious to get it ready. Miss Patty says, great day. See everyone 6 o'clock on Saturday with me. Miss Joyce. Miss Joyce 1 we will be doing a joint collab in American Sign Language. This is an I. This is an L. This is a U. This is how you say I love you with crooked old arthritic fingers and ashy hands. All right. Love you guys. Mother, ego amote, you guys.